You can't make this stuff up on this level, where you're physically feeling it in your body and it's growing, getting sweeter and sweeter. It's such an enormous blessing. And in this value system, you know, this is the bounty, this is abundance. This is all in all, to feel this and to be connected to this. And then there's the world where we're told pretty much the opposite. If everything we discover is true about who we are and what we're connected to, everything in the world or the virtual reality construct is everything's opposite. And I'm convinced that one has to feel it. Yes, like that. You know, I just have to say that, you know, from the smaller mind, the repetitive mind that we all were conditioned to adapt to, we can't feel this. We can't understand it at all until it surges through not just our body, but our whole self. And it just says yes. It's the yes energy. It's welcoming, it's validating, it's empowering. And there's lots of conundrums from the dualistic world when you forget that you're connected to this. A lot of pain and confusion that is completely unnecessary. Till we allow ourselves to feel deeply. And we can't feel deeply if there's a lot of ignored, stuffed, wounded feelings. And that's the work. That's the work. And it's not work like hard work. It's a good work. It's a cleaning work. And then we get to build our lives from the foundation of truth. I don't believe this, I know. And once you know, there isn't any unknowing of that. I'm very, very blessed, this I know. Not as a special human being, not special, but I'm blessed to have this life where I am awakened by this presence since childhood. It's been a very definite, intentional purpose. I know it and trust it and see it all. But the articulation or translation of that is the big stumbling block. So it's like trying to translate multi-dimensions into the dualistic view. So it's like when people go into the profession of being a translator between languages, that's one thing, but to translate from multi-dimensional knowing, synthesis, wholeness, trying to reach people through, language and the words that are best to reach them. This is a stage that can't last. Those who know they're here to wake up, they're here to consciously make this transition through this cosmic door of multidimensional consciousness. And while in form, this is going to be really fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be so joyful. I can feel it and see it. Anyway, I'm here. And I don't need to narrate from this perspective anymore. I open myself now to be informed by love. To be sustained by this love. Guided by this love. With my feet on the earth. I trust this love completely. The landscapes, everything is changing so fast. We literally are riding waves of infinite possibilities now. And to have the opportunity to link our wholeness, our totality of consciousness with our physicality. It is I, the wholeness that you speak of. You speak to self. You speak to all. And you share with others this vibrational experience that is by the way, translated into words. This word stage will phase out. further words will be unnecessary. So what you have been referring to reluctantly as channeling will be transcended, this phase, this stage of reaching others. For it becomes a choice for each individual to choose which developmental direction they feel most aligned with. Is it to stay in the circumstances of what they have been indoctrinated within and what they have developed as a life and work and recreation, the structure of lives built upon a simulation, if you will? There is no value judgment for any choice from this perspective, from this translating perspective in this moment. It is an intention from the soul's perspective that will bleed through, if you will, and be received on some level within the dualistic consciousness, the polarized consciousness. It will appear in some way, shape, or form to be an indicator, a marker for the consciousness in the 3D perspective. This will be a trigger for individual consciousness. There will be a soul trigger. We have spoken of ways in which this appears in one's life, most often through accident or illness, which creates more of an opening to see more, to understand more, to apply oneself more in the direction of truth. For through the interruption of accident or illness, there is a halting or a stopping of the repetitive programs. So it is a soul calling. It is a phoning in to the human fragment of consciousness on earth at this timing. And one always has the choice whether to receive the call to act upon the vibrational information that arrives through the interruption. There is a choice as to whether to embody more, whether to surrender to a larger perspective and knowing and understanding and having the courage to build a life and a community from these growing, holistic, blossoming, beautiful, evolutionary, significant touchings by love. These are occurring. Understand this, that you will not hear of it on your news stations. You're so accustomed to getting your news from these extraordinarily limited perspectives. Your news, your understandings must arrive within your own consciousness now. We cannot stress this enough. Of course, you will see reflections of it in your world once you begin to embody truth. Once you begin to expand into the more of what you are connected to, what you are one with, you will see this validation and reflection in your outer world. They will arrive. And this is good. And at this stage, quite necessary for your growth, for your trust in this love. You may receive great inspiration from other human beings who have moved through these transformative experiences, these interruptions in the programming of your minds. These are your resources now. Listen to those who have expanded, but not only expanded, but have integrated more, activated more, invited more of the truth of who they are. Those who have reoriented and re-identified with the truth. You will know the truth when it occurs within you. There is no question. There is no confusion. There is no wondering. We guarantee this. You cannot make up this experience. You cannot pretend. When it occurs within you, within your bodies and your whole consciousness, you will be changed. And then comes how to be this in your world and to penetrate the barriers, the perceived barriers within the world that you have been residing within. How to change it by being who you are and building community with universal identity, universal love, universal grace, in balance with your planet, in balance with your sun, your moon, This is what is occurring now. This is available to each and every individual perspective in humanity. We are simply the voice of you, the disconnected parts of yourselves. That had to occur in order for you to participate in the production that you have been participating within. The play is over, the theater is over. Never mind what you hear on the news, read in your newspapers or on your internet. Never mind. You get your news within. What does this look like on a day-to-day basis? It is attention, first and foremost. Attention to the feeling of who you are, the vibrational frequency of who you are, your identifier in relation to the earth, in relation to the stars, in relation to the natural world. Tuning in to this to know what's real and what is not. It is your compass. It is how you navigate at this timing. You tune to your inner connection with all that is. This is where your sustenance comes from. This is where your guidance comes from, your inspirations, how you can best help to transform humanity, to help them, assist them in recalling this within themselves. And then you all get the joy of recreating yourselves and your lives with Earth. This will sound crazy, far-fetched to many, many, many humans if they heard this recording. It will be dismissed. Unless they have intended for this life to snap out of it and to move with the universal energy, the waves that are available to humanity, to your solar system, to your galaxy, both within and in your outer perceptions. It mirrors. So, have you had this experience yet in your life? where you are interrupted? If so, where are you now in relation to that event, to that process? Do you know deeply within that that was a moment in time that was important? You had experiences and understandings at that time that you could not explain, and there was no framework available to explain. For many of you, including this human speaking now, there was no model or framework to find in a bookstore and of late online. There was no existing model to explain what occurred. There were pieces, shards of reflection, but nothing whole. Nothing that could be easily translated to another human. And it has taken many of these individuals years to integrate it. So that it is not so much identifying and employing a past dogma or model or frame for perceiving spirituality, but rather it has been a becoming, coming to be that which you are, being it and demonstrating it, bypassing the need to build a model, to build a religion, to build a following, bypassing this stage completely. So it has been a slow, agonizingly slow for most of the humans that we speak of, that have been transforming over a lifetime, with help, with soul's intent to interfere and interrupt the programming on a regular basis. This was specific intent for many who are on your planet now. They have had the interruptions. So they are perceived as, they have been perceived as crazy, mostly because they are not able to make the system work for them, desperately trying to create a hybrid system. And in many cases, this is what most of them have been doing, is creating a bridge, a hybrid reality, welcoming others who ask, who want to know more about this transformation and all of the possibilities that await them at this time, all of the potentiality. So all of what is occurring now in this bridge or in-between place is the beginning stage for full expansion. It is a dynamic blending that is occurring because these humans who have been interrupted over their lifetimes, these humans are devoted to assisting humanity in stepping into their fullness, remembering and reconnecting. Now, some of these individuals that we speak of become interrupters for others in their lives. Some remain more withdrawn. It has been an in-between place for them in the in-between. So without the connection to this expansive love and guidance, they most certainly would not have survived. But we assure you they are quite guided and well taken care of. But understand they are coming to a platform now where they will no longer feel as if they are in between the in-between. They will have more understanding in this timing of their purpose, of their work, by sharing and demonstrating integration. And those who have had the interruptions with illness or accident, or the unexplained phenomenon, in some cases, triggered by their own soul. All of these interruptions, whatever form they arrive, there is an opening. And that choice will be made with no universal value judgments. They do not exist. Each and every individual perspective will choose. And you will all have this opportunity in these times. This is something to celebrate. This is joy. This is love. This is beauty. This is grace. And you will be integrating this. If you choose. So remember, get your news from within. And if you do not know how to reestablish this connection, then connect with the many human beings who have reconnected. They are here to help you. temporarily, until you get your footing. And remember that you are a multidimensional being who happens to be residing on Earth. Thank you for receiving these words, and we prefer that you feel them. And this is where this individual work will go. Feeling it, being in the presence of it, will remind and reconnect in an accelerated way. Jumpstart, if you will. So, stay tuned. Good day.